Special thanks to Medals of America and Navy Submariner veteran John Bartholome for recommending this video and many of the images. Hello and welcome to Veterans Medals Workshop. We're glad to have you today because we're going to answer a question I've been getting a lot of lately, and that is, how do I properly wear my military lapel pins or rosettes? And we're going to address that. Whether you're an Army retiree, a Navy veteran, a former Marine, an airman, a Coast Guardsman, or a Guardian. These small symbols, they're not jewelry. They're a piece of identity. They're a statement of your service and your honor, and you should be proud to wear them. So let's talk to them in some detail. Every branch of the armed forces offers an official veteran or retiree lapel pin. These are typically worn by honorably discharged service members or those who have retired from military service. Most of the pins are round, some are oval, and they're about 1/4 inch in size, and each one is unmistakable in what it represents. In addition, if you've earned a military decoration or a service medal, you may be eligible to wear a lapel pin or rosette representing that award. And these are dignified, miniature versions of the full medal, authorized and appropriate for civilian wear. Let's pause for just a moment and start at the beginning, because at the end of World War II, the soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen coming home were authorized to wear their uniforms. And they were each issued an honorable discharge insignia, affectionately known as a ruptured duck, and I'll explain that a little bit later. And that was a symbol of honorable service. And they were also issued a very small pin to go on the lapel of their jackets or their suits to indicate that they had been discharged honorably or honorable service. So today, that's how it all got started. And I'll show you some of the very early ones. But now we want to take a look at the various retiree or honorable discharge pins for each of the services, the different lapel pins for decorations and service medals, and even rosettes. United States Army retired members received the pin shown on your left, which has a replica of the Army seal in gold in the center, and then United States Army retired in gold on a green circle on the outer edges. The Army Honorable Discharge button is shown on the right, which has what we call the Minuteman in the center on a red background representing courage. So if you served honorably but did not retire, then the honorable discharge pin is for you. If you have completed a career and retired with full benefits, the retired pin is your symbol. Wear the one that fits your status and wear it proudly. Starting on your left are two versions of the United States Marine Corps retired lapel pins, and then the third and fourth examples are United States Marine Corps honorable discharge lapel pins, and then finally the Eagle Globe and Anchor in brass is shown because many Marines wear that in their lapel. The United States Navy is unique in that it presents a very special gold badge or gold lapel pin for Navy personnel who retire with 30 or more years service. The silver pin to the right is for Navy personnel that retire with 20 to 29 years service. And the Navy Honorable Discharge pin is circled in red, white, and blue, while the final lapel pin is a special one for United States Naval Reserve personnel who have earned an honorable discharge. The handsome United States Air Force retired pin is shown on the left, while the United States Space Force retired lapel pin is shown in the center, and that must be the newest and most unique of all the retired lapel pins. On the far right is the United States Air Force Honorable Discharge lapel pin. The United States Coast Guard retired pin is shown on the left, and for honorably discharged personnel from the Coast Guard, the United States Coast Guard honorable discharge lapel pin is shown on the right. The first two pins in the upper left were issued in World War II for honorable discharge. The one on the left was issued in 1945 to veterans coming home, and the one on the right with the multicolors was issued from 1925 through 1939. The first two pins have always been referred to as the ruptured duck, and that was because, well, the soldiers coming home referred to it that way because when military inductees were being checked for a hernia, the doctor would say, "Turn your head to the right and cough." Well, that's the story. I thought you'd want to know it. The Gold Star lapel pin to the far right was awarded to next of kin of military personnel killed in armed conflict. On the back, it was to be engraved from the Congress with room for initials. Another version is shown down below, all gold. Other examples of lapel pin might be a presentation pin like the one on the left from the Royal Regiment of Scotland, or the unit crest of the Old Guard in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Army logo, or perhaps the lapel pin of a life member of the Association of the United States Army, or the Military Order of the Caribou, or the American Legion. You might figure out by looking at this outfit that I don't recommend wearing multiple military lapel pins on both lapels. It sort of makes you look like a European hotel clerk, and you don't want to do that. These are insignia of distinction and honor, and I think one at a time is plenty. Miniature versions of combat and skill badges can also be a very popular and very meaningful miniature lapel pin to wear on your suit jacket or your sport coat, such as, well, these naval aviator wings. Certainly any of the combat expert, combat infantry, combat medic, or combat action badges would also be impressive lapel pins to wear. Miniature parachute badges and, well, yeah, the new Marine Special Operations miniature would be very impressive in a lapel. A lot of former airborne soldiers like to wear their parachute wings, either basic parachute or senior parachutist or master blaster. And these little variations are available for you, and they look pretty good on the lapel. And it sort of makes a statement, doesn't it? Miniature Navy combat and skill badges are also appropriate to wear in your lapel. Miniature Air Force combat and skill badges, as shown here, are also authorized to be worn in the lapel of your suit or sport coat. In addition, if you've earned a military decoration or a service medal, you're eligible to wear a lapel pin or rosette representing that award. These are dignified miniature versions of the full medal, authorized and appropriate for civilian wear, and I'll show you some examples. Let me give you an example of where the military lapel pin goes on a suit jacket or a sport coat. I'm going to take this one off, which was the Army retirement pin, and I'm going to use the insignia for the Bronze Star. And normally you would just take it and put it into the lapel button hole, like that, and voila, you have the Bronze Star, and people will recognize that, and it'll start a lot of conversations. And if you earn the Bronze Star, you deserve a lot of interesting conversation. So every military decoration, such as, well, the Army Service Cross is shown here, comes with a lapel pin and enamel which can be worn in the lapel or buttonhole of your suit. In fact, every military decoration, and using the Navy Cross as an example, comes in both bronze and in anodized. It comes in miniature medals. It comes with a military regulation ribbon bar and an enamel lapel pin. Starting on your left are 4 examples of enamel lapel pins: the Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal, and the Desert Storm Service Medal. Oh, time out. If you enjoy these shows, please give us a like, even better, subscribe. It'll keep us on the air. Let's get back to the show. And you can see in this example of all the variations of a Vietnam Service Medal that an enamel lapel pin is prominently displayed. And the same for other service medals, such as the Southwest Asia Service Medal or the Desert Storm Campaign Medal. It comes with a handsome lapel pin. I'd really like to see the Afghanistan veterans wear their lapel pin in public. It might just start a conversation, and that conversation could well lead to a handshake, a thank you, or a connection with another veteran. I've seen it happen all the time. And the same for Iraqi veterans. You earned it, you should wear it. Another unique example might be if you had been in a unit when it was awarded the Presidential Unit Citation, you could wear a miniature version of that in your lapel. And believe you me, that would start a lot of interesting conversations. In the United States military, the Medal of Honor is presented with a small rosette about 1/2 inch in height, as shown on the left. The Purple Heart and a number of other decorations are previously or earlier presented with rosettes, but now that is sort of gone by the wayside. And the enamel lapel pin, as shown on the right, is a way in which a decoration is normally worn in the buttonhole of a jacket lapel. However, there are rosettes still available, and I'll show you some examples in a moment. But first, here's a little better look at a rosette. They're individually made, so sometimes they can be a little bit different. They come with a sort of button on the back that can slip through the buttonhole on the lapel. And you can see the one on the left is for the Legion of Merit, and the one in the center is the Air Medal, and the one on the far right, I think, is a Distinguished Service Order. The recommendation would be that you only use a rosette in a more formal setting with a more formal suit, like I'm wearing here. I think that a lapel pin or a membership pin or a retirement pin is much more appropriate for a blazer or a sport coat. So while the rosettes are very handsome and very different, if you look over on the far right, you see the small rosette for the Bronze Star Medal. It's pretty obvious that the enamel Bronze Star pin is much more identifiable and a much easier way for people to recognize the decoration in the lapel of your jacket. Thank you for joining us today. Military lapel pins go all the way back from 1945 to 2025, and they're a piece of insignia that you can wear with pride and honor. And they're also great conversation starters. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on Veterans Medals Workshop.